Hello FlowStube, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I'm going to show you something which I have never shown in any video. It's not something unusual, but just like it didn't happen, let's say so. So today you are going to see a lot of my works being framed. I mean, like framed not by me, because designs framed by me you already saw in my videos, but these ones, they were framed in a professional studio in Moldova, in Chisinau. So I was waiting for a long time for this moment, and now that I had the time, because yes, the time was the problem, I went there and I finished 27 or 26 designs. I'll count them in the end. And I wanted to share them with you, all of them, which I framed, because not all of them are going to go with me. Some of them are going to live in my parents' house. My mom wanted very much to frame some of them because she loves my cross-stitching very, very much. She already has some of my cross-stitching framed on the walls, and that's why I decided that I'm going to show everything that I framed, and it's going to be kind of this video. Oh, and if you see this fluffy leg, this is my huge teddy. Okay, it was mine, now it's my son's. It was given to me by my husband when he wasn't my husband yet. Okay, so this is designed by Jean-Lin. Sleeping teddies, sleeping bears, I don't remember how it's called. I stitched it, I think 2018, when my child was small, because it was the period when I was like tempted to stitch a lot of how do I say, baby stitching or connected with children. I don't know, for me this one is kind of connected with children. And I like this one very much. For a long time I was thinking that I'm going to finish this one as a pillow, you know, like kind of long pillow. But when I was like taking it from the pile, when going to the framing studio, I said that no, I'm going to take them and frame them in a frame because I have more teddies, and they are going to form teddy, how do I say, composition on the wall, because there are going to be seven frames with teddies. Not all of them stitched now, just two were framed now, but 5 I have from the very beginning when I stitched. Okay, let me show you. I liked very much this frame. I used it for free of my framings, by the way. I don't know why I liked it very much, but I think it's nice. This is how the teddies look like. See? Nice. I'm happy that I finished it in a frame. I don't know, I like it. And the next one is the birth record, or how it's called, of my son. Yes, this one also was stitched back in time. Like I started in 2017, the year he was born. And if I'm not wrong, I finished it in 2018. The idea of this birth sampler, because collage sampler, I don't know how to call it, is mine. Because for those who know, these teddies, they're called Teddy. They are a brand. And the Anchor kits, they are Anchor kits. And at that time, they are out of print, but you can, at least on UK eBay, you can see them very often for decent prices, so they are not overpriced. And at that time, I remember like looking for this, because I looked online to see what teddies are in these kits. I decided the ones which I want, because if you see, this is kind of like Teddy loves you, Teddy wants to sleep, Teddy is sleeping. Let me show you. You see? And Teddy wants to sleep, Teddy is sleeping. Then Teddy is kind of eating. This was my idea. Teddy is playing. Again, Teddy is happy. Such a Teddy. This one also is a separate kit, by the way, from Anchor. Teddy is having a bath, kind of these things. And I just put them on even with fabric. And I thought about having this like frame. You see, I decided that it's going to be gray and blue, the blue from their nose. And I remember that I found all the kits, if I'm not wrong, some of them quicker, some of them not so quick, but I found them. And I remember that the back stitch on their fur It was the most difficult thing ever. I remember it was so. And the only thing which I don't like a lot, it's the written thing in the middle. I think I mean, like, not the name, the date of birth, the year, and the other things. And I was intending to change it, but I didn't. And when I was going, like, I decided that I have to go and which works to take, I just took it and ran away. Now, when it's framed, I see that I don't like it, but I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy, I don't know how they are called. They are for, I mean, like, ideally it would be also teddy, but I can find some things with connecting with baby topic, you know, and I'm going to put them on double tape. So I already thought about what I'm going to do. And I don't know if you noticed, but the frame is the same as in the previous ones. And these ones were like framed because they are going to be on the same wall, and they are going to form a teddy wall with 5 of this. These are Bruno teddies, and these are from Luca S. And by the way, this one, exactly this one, is my first stitching ever. So this is 2013 autumn, and yes, this is my first stitching, because I bought this one, I stitched it, and then I liked it so much I bought 4 more because I have 5. And yeah, it's like it's going to be, that's why I chose the frame, so that it would be more or less matching. And this is the teddy designs which I framed. And one more design which was stitched for my son and finally is framed. The little knight from Mumm, the French brand Mumm. I like very much this design. I have even an interesting story with this design. I don't know if you know, no, you didn't notice probably, the eyes of the little boy. They are green. My son was born with blue eyes, and I started stitching this one when he was not 1, I think. And around when he was 1 year, his eyes changed from blue to green. Yes, it happens. It's to babies that they are born with blue eyes, and the eyes color change. So they changed to green, and this one is with green eyes. And when I started stitching, I thought to myself that I'm going to change the color of his eyes. They are going to be blue, because I kind of saw my son in this child, little knight. But when the eyes changed in green, you know, I was like, wow, how can this be possible? And yes, I like the frame very much. It's a frame which I chose, kind of, you know, usually you see something, but they are suggesting you something else. And this one, I saw it like in the studio, and I said, this one, please, this one. I like it very much. Just convince me that this one is not okay for this design. And they said yes, but they chose, I don't know, the darker one. Also, it's a little sleep frame. I don't know how they are calling it, but they just added it. I'm very happy that I framed this one. I'm very, very happy because I like this design very much. I'll show you the design one more time. And the next, I wanted to show you some dimensions designs which I framed. Not a lot of them, just 3. Now I stitch a lot of dimensions, but back in time I wasn't stitching a lot of it. This is Victorian house, I think it's called this one. It was a time when it was very, very popular on Russian-speaking YouTube. I think almost everybody either stitched it or bought the kit so that they would have the kit. I was on also like taken by that frame of that wave of how do I say, popular thing. I bought it and I started stitching it. I remember that I started stitching it from here. I stitched a little bit. I was in UK already, and I got busy, and I finished it when I was like 8 months pregnant with my child, and I was already waiting for the child, and I finished stitching it. It's a very beautiful design. I framed it almost as it's shown on the preview. I mean, like the blue passepartout, you see? And it's double. It has a lighter blue, a darker blue, and the frame. More or less, it's the same. I like it. No matter that it's very popular, it's kind of, I don't know, but it's nice. And for me, it was a matter of, how do I say, I wanted very much to finish this one. I don't know why, but I wanted very much this one to be finished. And by the way, the stars, they are stitched with the thread which lights in the dark. And when it was like not framed, you know, I was not noticing very much that this one really lights. Okay, not very strongly, not a lot of time, but since it's framed and after taking the daylight, when it's evening, yeah, you can see that the stars are lighter. It's beautiful. I'm very, very happy that I finished this one. I framed it. And the next dimensions which I framed, this is a little gold. This is Victorian lady. I don't remember how it's called. I like this design very much. I remember that I was looking for the kit for this design to stitch it. I found it finally, stitched it, and even tried to finish it by myself because this one is in centimeters is 13 on 18, and this is a standard frame. And I found the Tiki Max a very beautiful frame. But you know, they say 13 on 18 with those few millimeters which are go inside and you cannot see them. For the designs which don't have an edge, this is not bad. But in this case, this one has a frame, stitched frame, you know, and the design was like taking out from that frame, and it wasn't good at all. And then I said that none of the frames I'm going to buy is going to be okay for this one. I'll have to frame it like in a studio, where they are going to adjust the frame to the design. And I didn't want the, you know, the passepartout. I wanted very much a wide frame, like not white, but light, wide frame. And they were double checking with me. Are you sure you don't want anything else? I said, I'm sure. And when they were like showing me a few variants, I said, this one. They said, okay, are you sure? I am sure. And I really, really like how this one looks like. I think it's beautiful. And one more finished dimensions. This is the freshly stitched. For those who watch my video, probably saw this one being stitched. So this one is the horses by the stream. And I don't remember if I said that, but probably I said that this one is going to be a gift. That's why I wanted very much to frame this one, to give it framed, because when it's framed, it's a finished, fully gift. And it's not a secret, it's a gift for my husband. Yes. And this one, by the way, impressed my father, because when he looked at it, he said, wow, this one is really, really beautiful, you see. And I said, yes, when it's framed, yes, it's beautiful. So, yeah, horses by the stream. The frame is not very wide, is not very rich, let's say so, but I was happy. I was happy with this one, and that's why I chose this one. When it's going to be the case of 2 or even 3, which I'm not happy with, I'm going to tell you about this. I mean the frames. And the next finished framed design, this is chatelaine. This is my only finished chatelaine, because those who watch my channel probably know that I started Sans Souci, but I haven't finished it. And I'm convincing myself all the time that I have to continue stitching that one, because it's a beautiful design. But so far, I have just finished this one. I don't remember how it's called. Summer Garden, Summer Band, I think it's called. I chose this one because it's not so big, and I wanted to try to stitch a chatelaine to understand if I can do this. And like the design reminds me very much of my home country of Moldova. This is how it looks like. It's very beautiful. And the frame which was chosen, it's a white one, and the green one inside, it has a little bit of gold, which matches the gold, the rainbow gallery which is used in the stitching. They told me at the studio that we have to choose a frame which should be beautiful, but shouldn't attract a lot of, shouldn't be so rich that it would be attract your eye, or how catch your eye, yes, because the eye has to go like at the stitching, which is very beautiful. It has a lot of elements, and I agree with them. I think it's beautiful, this one. And the next finished design, this is Apple Orchard. It was a kit by Jean Lin. It's a rare kit, by the way, now. But the designer is Mirabilia, it's called. I wanted very much this design. I like it very, very much. And when it was the moment to choose the works for framing, I said this one is going to go to framing for sure. It was a difficult design to stitch, by the way. A lot of 3/4 and a lot of how it's called, confetti, especially in these trees. But the design is very beautiful. This is the frame. I like the frame as well. You see the texture of the frame. I think it's okay with this design. I think it's beautiful. In the kit there was Aida. I remember changing it with linen. Beautiful. And I'm really, really happy that I finished it. And the next I'm going to show you two Lanart designs which were finished. I don't have, I haven't stitched a lot of Lanart. I don't have a lot of Lanart in my stash, even if it's a pretty popular brand, I would say. It's beautiful, but I don't know why I'm not kind of keen of stitching them. And the first I wanted to show you, this is the orchid. This one was my first ever stitched design by Lanart, and it was stitched as a gift for my mom. That's why it was like a must to finish it in a frame, so that I could give the gift as it's supposed to be, a gift, a finished gift. Yes, so this is the frame it was chosen for this one. Beautiful. Even if this one can be framed in a frame which you buy by yourself, because you see the edges, they allow you to play with a few centimeters, so that you could not depend on a certain frame size. Oh, nice one. And the next one is big, really big. This one was from the project Secret Stitch Along, which Lanart has and Vervaco has. You probably know that in this project you buy the, you don't buy the kit, you buy the, okay, let's say the kit contains the threads and the linen, and you don't have a chart. And every week they are sending you a part of the chart which you are stitching, and in the end you have the finished stitch. So in the beginning you don't know what you are going to stitch. This is my only experience I have with this one, but it's a very beautiful experience, I would say so. And this one, it was stitched here in Moldova when it was, the project was released. And my mom watched me stitching this one. That's why she kind of insisted of finishing this one, because she likes this girl very, very much. And when I finished, like framed her, I really understood that yes, she is beautiful. This is the frame it was chosen for her. I think it's beautiful. It doesn't have the passepartout because it's a large design by itself, and when you are adding passepartout it's going to be even larger. That's why, this is the reason I didn't choose passepartout for many of these designs, because these are not the only designs I had for framing. I still have some. Yes, I stitch a lot. I just realized that I stitch a lot, and the people in the studio, they said, "Oh my God, you stitch a lot. How much time have you been stitching?" And I said, "Only 11 years." Beautiful. And the next finished framed, design. This is Emma's Garden by Lavender and Lace. Stitched it 3 years ago, I think. I love this design very, very much. And I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to finish it. By the way, the fabric, it's made by me. You know that you have to buy Amsterdam blue linen by Zweigert, and like put it in bleach and make this yellow thing. So here is the part where you can see that the bleach and the fabric touched each other. And yeah, on the preview of this design, the frame is golden and it's wide. I wanted a wide frame, but not golden. I wanted something light, which would, how do I say, we'll go with this lace here and her roses, you know, they are also like light. They are not white. Okay, they are white, but they are not stitched with white thread. And this one was suggested and I said yes. They had wider, but they weren't so nicely, they were not so nice with this design. That's why I said, okay, let me choose this one, because I like this one, how it looks like. So yeah, Emma's Garden is also framed. And the next one are going to be Mirabilia's Nora Corbett. Not a lot. I mean, like, not all of them which are stitched were framed. I have 2 of them which are not framed yet. This is English Roses, which was stitched this year. This is the frame it was chosen. Honestly, I was going with the firm idea that I want to frame it in a dark brown frame, how do I say, similar to the one which is on the preview of the design. For those who have the, okay, if you Google it, you'll see it's a dark brown one. The ones they had dark brown, I didn't like how they were looking with this design. That's why we tried to find another alternative, and we find this one. This is a kind of gold, but it's a beautiful gold, I would say. And it's the kind of gold which matches the crane here, which is in the frame, you know. And I liked that. I think it's okay. At least I liked it. Yeah, I won't show the design very closely because, you know, I stitched it like not a long time ago. I won't show you very closely, and I'm showing it to you. Yeah, nice one. Nice one. And 2 Nora Corbetts. So this is letter T, which was stitched quite a long time ago. Everything is according to the key. I mean, like classic color works, the beads, the treasures, the fabric. And this is the frame which I chose for her. And this one, 6 Giselaying, which was stitched in the beginning of this year. I think you can see the blinking here. The only thing is that this one comes from the series 12 Days of Christmas. And I decided that I'm not going to stitch the rest of them, so I didn't write here 6 Giselaying. I wrote like Be a Queen. Yeah. So I also think they look nice, and I'm happy that I finished them. And the next one, which was finished, this is the 4 designs which were stitched from the Gay Bowels. I don't remember how the book is called. I showed it in my videos when I was stitching the designs from it. These designs are being sold also as kits by Mill Hill, but they are not with so many treasures. They have ribbons. I know about this. That's why I didn't even look for those designs. I bought the book and I tried very much, because the thread here is DMC. The beads are Mill Hill, but the treasures, many of them were out of print. That's why I tried to find all of them so that I could like finish them like according to the key. I love these designs greatly. They are so beautiful. You cannot even imagine it. Or you can. I know for sure this bunny is out of print. I think this pink. I know that some of the yellow little flowers, they are out of print. So these ones were shown in my videos for sure, so you could see them. And I remember when I was stitching them, the angles of this window, they were different colors, so I choose the same color so it would be with all of them. And this corner, not all of them had it, and many of them had it in like upper left one, but I changed and I made it so that they would be on the edge, because if you can see the 4 of them, all of them have this composition here. But according to the key, it's not here. I made it because I was like sure that I want to finish them together, so in one frame, and each of them would have their place. And I'm very happy that I did it. The frame, by the way, is the same which was used in the teddies, which I showed in the beginning. And as I was told, the frame should be nice, but not too complicated, so that the attention would... so your eye wouldn't be caught by the frame, but it would go to the stitching. I like very much how the ladies know their job, so how they are recommending you the things. Unless you are like, okay, I want that frame, and you won't convince me that the other one is wrong. That's why there are few works, I don't know if I already said, which I'm not very happy with, but they are going to be in the end. But with this one, I'm super, super happy that I finished it. I wanted very much to finish this one. And the next one, this is Jim Shore, Santa's Workshop. Yes, I stitched such a design some time ago. And yes, it's in a blue frame, and I'm very glad that this one was finished. It was like the materials were bought and it was stitched a while ago, and everything was still possible to buy, because this one is stitched on the fabric which is recommended by the key. It's Time. Now, I know that stitchers who were looking for this one, they couldn't find it because it's out of print. DMC threads, Mill Hill beads, and the buttons. I say that I bought it when it was still possible to buy everything. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, this design. The chart you still can find on 1 to 3 Stitch, I think. The chart is not out of print. And on the preview of the chart, they framed it in a blue frame. And I had kind of that I want a blue frame. I want a blue frame. And when they said, okay, what about this one? What would you like? And I said, a blue frame. And they just looked for this one, said, let's try this one. The color of the frame, by the way, it goes very, very well with this like bees, I mean from this frame of the design. It's like the blue frame, and then it's the silver one, which also it's a little one which was added. So the blue one didn't have it, like, firstly. Very glad that this design finally is framed, a beautiful one. And the next finished designs, these are Debbie Mumm, the seasons. I stitched all of them seasonally. For those who watched my videos, you probably saw. And the initial idea, it was to finish them to buy a frame, which would go as a size, to put them like on a cardboard, each of them on a cardboard, and seasonally put the season in that frame. The problem was that in the down part of the design, standard frame wasn't okay, you see. None of the standard frames which were sold, they wouldn't fit. And I said, okay, I'll have to go to a framing studio, because they have to make the frame according to the size of the stitching. And my idea was, so when I already decided to go to a framing studio, I said that I won't choose just one frame for the 4 of them and change them seasonal. I say, if I'm going there, I'm going to frame all of them. I want it in the same frame, same type of frame, yes? The lady who was there, she tried to show me 2 by 2. I mean, like the ones which are blue fabric to summer and spring in one frame, and winter and autumn, which are on lavender fabric, on another frame. The thing is that this was one of the frames she was suggesting me, and I liked it, but the other one I didn't like. And then I started to look very carefully if the frame I liked was okay for each of them. And I think it was a very good choice. I'm very happy with the choice I made, because I think that this frame is okay for the 4 of them. I don't know, tell me if you disagree, but I think it's perfect. That's why all 4 of them were framed like this. And you know, I can choose just the one which is seasonal and put it on display, the others like keep it in a box. Or if I decide that I need all the 4 of them to be on the wall, I can put them, all of them, like the 4 of them, because they are all framed, they are all finished. I'm very, very glad that I did this thing. I remember that I liked very much stitching this one. They are my favorite designs by Debbie Mumm, and happy. And the last 3 framed designs. These are the designs which I'm not very happy about. It's my fault, it's only my fault, because the lady who worked there, like assistant, the consultant, she tried to explain me that this is not the perfect frame for the 3 of them, because I insisted that I want the 3 of them in the same frame, and she said that you won't find, at least we don't have here, a frame which would fit all 3 of them. I insisted and I chose this one, and I'm not happy because I think that this frame doesn't reveal the beauty of these designs. The girl, this is Dimensions, Sand Castles it's called. This one is Luca S, one of their first designs. I think they don't have it anymore. And the boy, this is little boy, this is Jean Lin. This one, I think the sheep, I mean, still I think it's okay to stay with this frame, but for the boy and the girl, I think it's not the perfect frame. They are meant to be on the wall in my parents' house, kind of sea wall, marine wall. So far I'm not going to do anything, but in time, if they will go to live in another house, I will reframe them. The boy and the girl, for sure, I will reframe them. And this is a case when I understood that I have to listen to the people who know what they are talking and what they are, how do I say, recommending you, you know? This is the thing. But, you know, every experience, it's an experience and you have to learn from it. This is the most important thing, to learn from it. Okay, and in the end of the video, I will show you, I will like insert a small video without any words. I have been to a teachers meeting in Chisinau in Moldova. It's my second meeting I went to. The first one was a couple of years ago, but I didn't film at that one because I was like very full of everything which was happening. Now this time I said that I'm going to film it. In the beginning you'll see some images from Chisinau, the capital city of Moldova. And then I filmed some works which the girls brought, the ladies. A lot of them were present at the meeting. It was very emotional, very happy. I felt it like wow. Oh yes, and I have one more design to show to you. I almost forgot. It's a good thing that I remembered. One more finished design, yes. So this is a design by RTO, the Russian brand. This one was stitched like 11 years ago, 10 years ago, in the beginning of my stitching. I remember that I didn't have the kit. I found the chart on the internet. It was in DMC threads. I bought the DMC threads. It's stitched in one thread on 18th count Aida. It's Aida. And at that time I was thrilled by the design, but then when I moved to UK, this one was stitched when I was living in Italy. Then when I moved to UK, this one was in a frame. I bought a frame and I finished it in a frame. It was for a year, I think, in that frame, before my YouTube times. And then I thought that, but I realized that I don't like very much the colors which were used in the stitching, kind of, I don't know, I don't like the colors. They are the original colors, I mean like the original DMC threads which were used here. It's just, I realized that no. And I decided that this one is going to be finished in something, not a frame, yes? And one of the Moldovan ladies offered to finish it in a bag. So this is a bag. She is sewing, and she's doing it very well. So she chose the material here, I mean like the fabric here, and it's a fully bag. Very nice, very nice. And you see the stitching got a new life. So I have such a beautiful bag. So this is also finishing. It's not like framed, but also a finishing. So this is one more finishing, which I will count in the end. Okay, and if I will continue with the the cross-teachers meeting. I said that I tried to film a little bit of Chisinau, the capital city of Moldova, and then I filmed the designs which the ladies brought to our meeting. I hope you will like it and enjoy it. And yes, my usual, I hope you liked the video, and see you in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.